Hi Year 11, today what we're doing is we're starting the topic of functions and graphs, and we're looking at functions and relations today. So we have our syllabus dot points at the top, and our learning intention is to understand the definition of a function and apply the vertical line test. What we have is a relation is a set of ordered pairs x, y, and this is where the variables x and y are related according to some pattern or rule. X is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable, but you already knew this. A relation can be described by a diagram mapping between the x values in set A and the y values in set B, an algebraic formula, a table of values, or a graph on the number plane. A function is a special type of relation of ordered pairs x, y, where each element of the first set of x is associated with exactly one element from the second set of y. This is where every value of x corresponds to exactly one value of y. But different x values can have the same y value. The set of all x values of a function is called the domain, and the set of all y values of a function is called the range. Now, this diagram below shows a graph. These diagrams and graphs show a mapping between the x and y values. What we have is our set A of 1 to 8 and our set B of 1 to 5. Every value in A is mapped to B. We can create this as a list of ordered pairs. So what we have is that set A is like our x values. It's our x values. And then set B is our y values. So we can write this as a set of ordered pairs. So we can write our first one would be 1, 1. Then we have the next set of pair, which is 2, 2. Then we have 3, 2. Then we have 4, 5. Then we have 5, 3. Then we have 6, 5. Then we have 7, 5. And finally, we have 8, 3. So they are our 8 ordered pairs. What we can now do is plot the ordered pairs on the number plane. So our first point will be 1, 1. Then we have 2, 2. Then we have 3, 2. Then we have 4, 5. Then we have 5, 3. And 6, 5. 7, 5. And 8, 3. Now, this is a function as each x value is related to one y value. So that means for each x value, there is only one y value. So there's only one dot above each x value. Now, our domain is all of our x values possible. So our domain is the set of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And our range is the set of all of our y values, which is just 1, 2, 3, and 5. We don't include 4 because 4 has no values attached to it. Moving on to our next one now, we have another diagram. And what we want to do is we want to list the ordered pairs. So again, this is our x values in set A, and then we have our y values in set B. So let's list our ordered pairs. The first one is 1, 1. Then we have 1, 6. Then we have 2, 2. Then we have 2, 3. Then we have 3, 4. Then we have 4, 7. And then we have 5, 5. Whoa, what happened there? 5, 5. And lastly, we have 5, 8. Now we can plot the ordered pairs on the number plane. So we have 0.1, 1, 1, 6, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 7, 5, 5, and 5, 8. Now, this is not a function because each x value is related to at least more than one, so is related to more than one y value. So what we have is this is just a relation when it's not a function. So our relation has repeated x values in our coordinates, whereas a function has no repeated y values. X values. A function has no repeated x values. That is the difference between a function and a relation. Okay? All functions are relations, but not all relations are functions. Confusing, I know. Okay, so a test we can do is to check if a graph represents a function is our vertical line test. So what we have with our vertical line test is that if a relation is graphed on a number line, we use our vertical line. So if our vertical line crosses our graphs at most once, then the graph represents a function. So only once through. This shows that for every value of x, there is only one value of y. So as you can see here, no matter where we've drawn that vertical line, it only crosses once. Now, if a vertical line crosses a graph more than one point, the graph does not represent a function. And this is because that for some value of x, there is more than one value of y. And we don't want more than one value of y for x. So as you can see here, this vertical line crosses at least more than once, it crosses twice. So what we're going to do is we're going to decide whether these are the set of these graphs or set of ordered pairs represent a function. So using a ruler, we are just going to draw a vertical line anywhere on our graph. I picked there, and it only crosses once. Now, no matter where I move my ruler across my page, I know you can't see me doing that, but I am moving my ruler, I only crosses my function once, or my graph once. So this means that it is a function, and we want to write our reason as the vertical line cuts once, and once only. Now with B, wherever I draw my vertical line using my ruler, right, I have that it cuts more than once. It cuts twice in this case. So it means it is not a function, as our vertical line cuts more than once. Oops, doesn't fit. Okay, C is a little bit more confusing. This is an example of a piecewise function, which we are going to do next lesson. So what we have here is we have an open circle and we have a closed circle. So with our open circle, if we think to our inequalities with our open circle excludes that point. So our open circle excludes at x equals 3, meaning that it's all the other values from 3 below. So this here is representing x is less than 3, okay? And what we have then here is a closed circle, like what we have here. It includes equals 3. So it means we have that x is greater than or equal to 3. So now, I might just pick a different colour. When we draw our straight line, no matter where we draw our straight line, if we draw it through these points here, it doesn't include the point at the top. It only includes the point at the bottom. So it technically only cuts once. So that means that this is a function. It is a function. As our vertical line cuts once. Okay, our last one is a set of points. Now, for this set of points or ordered pairs to be a function, we only want for each x value, there's only one y value. So we want no repeats in our x values. So we want function equals no repeated x values, okay, when we have a set of ordered points. So for our points, we have -2, 3, -1, 4, 0, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4. So there is no repeated x value. So this means that it is a function. As for each x value, there is only one y value, and there's no repeated. Cool.